Hey everyone, welcome back to my next life as a Villainess. We're going to be reacting to Season 2, Episode 9. I don't know if they put out trailers or anything for the episodes, but I never know anything going into them. All I know is that I see the title, it says Keith Disappeared Part 1. And I'm like, oh man, Keith's going to disappear. It's a Part 1, which means we're not going to get the conclusion to this story until next week. I'm interested if this will help deepen Keith's and Catarina's relationship. I feel like Keith has definitely been sidelined a little bit. Like, he's really good as a supportive brother character to Catarina, which is hella awkward because he's also one of her love interests. But, you know, like, he's just a consistent presence and has been since episode 2 of the series. I would even say episode 1, like, he was the highlight of episode 1. And then he just came in as like this calm, consistent, caring kid that's always at her side. And I really love Keith in that position. But it'd be interesting to see him get some focus and see, you know, like I'm interested to see what they do with him. So yeah, those are all my predictions. I don't really have predictions, but I'm excited, but I'm also, because I don't want to be left on a cliffhanger and have to wait till next week. But okay. All right, so let's get into it. And if you've enjoyed what you heard so far, please consider giving this video a like, comment, or subscribe. It would really help our channel grow, and I'd really appreciate it. Starting in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, Geordo, back off, bro. The Catarinas are the best. I'm also gonna have to look up the lyrics to this intro song at some point, like translated. I don't know, you're making her uncomfortable. That's not great. Oh, ouch. Jeez. Thank you, Mary. Mary is a dang boss. Alan's in on it? Excellent. Cute. Why? Oh, well, that's kind of your only option. That's a fair point. The light shift is really dramatic. We're getting into serious talk. I like it. No, don't stop. Her father is so cute. He's so sweet. Is this when Keith disappears? Keith, where did you go and why? Oh dear. Run, Catarina! Oh, that was an effective little time jump.
手紙？公爵家の跡取りとしての責務に耐えられなくなったので家を出ます。探さないでください、キース。
I guess I didn't think about that. That he will inherit their estate. He is the heir. Oh wow. No, that's mean. Don't do that.
どうしようもない姉の面倒を見てキースは疲れてしまったのよ。でもあの子は優しい子だからはっきりと姉が嫌だと言えなくてこんな手紙をどうすれば。やってしまったことは仕方ないわ。まずは今までのことをしっかり謝りなさい。それから迷惑はかけないよう努力すること。その意思をキースに伝えればきっと許してくれるはずだわ。お母様、私キースにしっかり謝ります。そしてもう迷惑はかけないように頑張ることを伝えます。頑張るのよ、カタリナ。
I mean, on one hand, they're both sincere because they care about Keith, but that's kind of a bad way of thinking about it.
それではまずはキース探しの旅に出るということでよろしいですか。いいな。僕も行きますよ。
Say no.
ジオルド様とキースは小さい時から仲良しだったから心配なのね。
キースは賢いのでまあ心配ないと思いますが、カタリナが一人で旅をするなんて危険すぎますからね。
And do something. Hey, the bear from the intro. What is this?
なんでぬいぐるみなんですか。だって可愛いだろ。街の雑貨屋で見つけて一目惚れしたんだ。可愛いかな。それじゃあ家に戻ってキースの私物を持ってきます。そうしてくれ。あと私も旅に同行。
Thank you. Someone to help out.
私があげた誕生日プレゼントよ。わあ、こんなに昔にあげたものまで。何でもお願いを聞いてあげるけん。いつあげたものだっけ。それはカタリナ様が木から落ちてキース様を下敷きにしてしまった時にお詫びにとプレゼントなさったものですよ。
Did you do that more than once or was from the first time?
実はラーナに魔法道具の依頼をしていてね。その出来栄えを確認させてもらう。
Wait, it was for you?
頼まれていたのは人の居場所を探す道具だ。
Why was it starting to say pervert? What is happening? I assume that's what it was saying.
ああ、大丈夫だよ。実際に使えるかどうかも兼ねて先に使ってくれ。
ありがとうございます。人を探す道具を何に使うおつもりなんですか。
僕の愛しの子たちの居場所をいつでも知っておきたくてね。
愛しの子たち。
そう、世界一大切な子たちのことをいつでも把握しておきたいんだよ。
それって国の重要な任務とか。
全く関係ないよ。僕が個人的に使いたいだけ。
何それ、もしかしてストーブ。
Stalking. Okay. What is Do we have a trash prince on our hands after all? Oh my god. I love this bear. Maria!
ラーナ様の言うことをよく聞くんだよ。
はい、私がついていかなくて本当に大丈夫でしょうか、お嬢様。平気よ、マリアだっているんだし。カタリナ様のお世話は任せてください。
That's right, we can.
きっと見つけてみせます。ありがとう、マリア。
カタリナは僕がしっかり守りますからね。
No, thank you, Geordo.
反応が元に戻ってますね。お前と何があったか忘れたみたいだな。
おそらく今はキースのことで頭がいっぱいなんだろう。
まさかここまでとは。
なんでもありませんわ。カタリナ様は気になる。
They're all like, haha, you can't flatter her anymore. I hope not. Come on. Come on. No.
僕のことはどうぞ空とお呼びください。
出発しよう。
Crap. Maybe, no. I was gonna say maybe we can like excise his assault and pretend like it didn't happen and see who he is outside of that, but no, that's dumb. Jeez. Isn't the bear supposed to give you more direct instructions than this?
どうしました？いや、すまない。コロコロ変わる表情が見応えあってついな。カタリナ嬢といるととても楽しいということだ。彼らにとって君はなくてはならない存在なんだな。なくてはならない。つまり私にとっての魔力と同じなんだと思う。魔力は私の世界を彩る全てだからな。魔力が？ああ、昔幼い頃の私。
Hopefully this conversation will help Catarina feel more confident in her choice to go to the Department of Magic.
楽しいと思えることがなくてな。可愛げのない子供だった。だがある日、知人が魔力に関する蔵書をたくさんプレゼントしてくれてな。子供が読むようなものではなかったんだが、少し読んですぐにハマってしまったんだ。もらった本を読み終える頃にはすっかり魔力というものに夢中になってしまっていた。私自身も魔力を持っていたから、いろいろと試すうちによりハマっていったんだ。この話をしたのは君で2人目だな。
Is the first your fiance? Wait, no, what partner? What does partner mean in this contest? Ah, yeah, fiance.
どんな方なんですか？変人だ。あ、そういえばジオルド様もラーナ様のように何でもできて何にも夢中になれない子供時代を過ごしたと聞いたことがあります。なら彼も無事に夢中になれる大切なものを得られたわけだな。それって何のことですか？これは何とも報われないな。
Nice! They're shutting Geordo down in every way. I love it.
そちらはどうでしたか？こっちも手がかりはなし。
If he goes back to just being like a good friend, it'd be so good. I think I could like him again. Instead of being a pushy love interest.
さあ、場所に戻るぞ。はい。
Keith, were you kidnapped? Who has done this? Who has done this to my boy? Is it that lady? The one with the smile? That's a lot of people. But you know who I mean, who was in the after credit scene.
どちら様ですか？
まあ、どちら様だなんて他人行儀なことを言って。
Ooh, it's your mom?
どうして？
ねえ、お願いがあるの。聞いてくれるでしょ。
Ooh. She's struggling. She clearly struggling.
あの後から記憶がない。もともとどうしようもない女。
Was she? Oh, I'm sorry, Keith. Yeah. The ghoul lady. That's what I'm calling her for now. Long time no see. Is this like your birth family? Not affection? Okay. Well, I mean, what the hell do you want from him? I'm gonna kill. Best leave him alone. Best leave him alone. Sister? Which, hopefully not her. Hopefully you're calling for Catarina to come help you. Ooh. Okay. I'm mad. Let's wait. I'm not like mad at the show. I'm mad with the show. Let's see if there's a after credit scene. Nope, no after credit scene. All right. Let's get right into the breakdown, shall we? No, I probably should rewatch it because this was a really impactful episode. It was really important for Keith, and I'm sure there are tons of details I'm gonna miss if I just go off the cuff. But I also have a lot of emotion right now, and so I wanna like just talk through it. So first off, let's start from the ending because that's what's getting me. Like, hearing, you didn't even see it, but just hearing Keith be hurt by them made me so mad. Like, I love Keith. Keith was my favorite character, besides for Catarina, until Maria was introduced. He was never my favorite love interest. He's never been my favorite love interest, but I love him as a character. He is just so sweet and kind and so dependable. He's like, I'm kind of describing him like a dog, but and that sometimes is seen as like a bad thing for a human being. I mean, Geordo kind of made fun of him for that. Like, she doesn't even see you, you're here and she doesn't recognize you. But it's not a bad thing. Like, these qualities that we value so much in dogs are basically the best of humanity without all the crap that we carry along with it. I'm not saying dogs are always kind, but you know, the archetype of just being like kind, loving, loyal, open with your affection. In Keith's case, he's super calm. I just really like Keith. I feel really uncomfortable with his relationship to Catarina, even when I talked myself into it by saying like, well, it's more of like the friends to lovers trope where they were like good friends and they grew up together and that's where it is. There is still so much of like a brother-sister relationship between them, and I'm just really not down for that. I don't know why it's such a common trope in anime. And also the way he expresses that love, I think it's the feeding thing that I find weird. And again, I think it's like a cultural disconnect here where that must be a common way of expressing affection in Japanese, like the milieu of Japanese culture, like one of the ways of expressing affection, but it just is not, there's no real equivalent in American culture. I mean, there is, but it has more sexual connotations and kind of like, yeah, so it has more like just very purely sexual connotations as opposed to like affectionate feeling connotations. And so whenever Keith does it, he feels like it, like to me as an American, it reads like a little, I was gonna say the word perverted, but I don't want to kink shame anyone. Like, I don't want to say like different desires and different ways of expressing sexuality are wrong, but definitely taboo, right? It has that feeling of taboo-ness. There are definitely kinks. The reason it's called a kink is because usually it's a taboo way of expressing sexuality, whether it should be or not, and it carries that connotation and that feeling of taboo-ness. And so, because so much of Keith's relationship with Catarina just pings taboo, right? They're brother and sister, this feeding aspect, which may read differently with Japanese audiences, but this is how it hits me as an American. And so whenever he expresses his romantic feelings for Catarina, it kind of makes me go, like a little ick, you know? And so sometimes it's hard for me to separate that from like just kind of him as a character overall, but I really, if you somehow again were to like cut out his like romantic feelings and how he expresses them towards Catarina, and like look at the rest of his character as a whole, I absolutely adore Keith. I want to protect him, and I hate that he was being hurt here, and I hate that he felt so depressed. And yeah, I don't know if like my feelings or the show will resolve his feelings towards Catarina, but yeah. I also appreciated that scene where like they changed the lighting so dramatically, and for just a second it seemed like they were gonna have like a real honest conversation, and then they kind of backed off of it. But I like the idea that like, as fun as it was to just have this fantasy and this absolutely ridiculous premise that like everyone is in love with Catarina and she just does not see it, I really appreciate that the show isn't staying there and that it's letting us explore her reactions and like what this actually plays out like. Like even last episode with Nicol, it didn't involve Catarina's feelings, but we did see Nicol realistically wrestling with his feelings and what he should do in this situation. I like that we're seeing Keith do that this episode just a little bit. I would have liked a little bit more. And then that I don't like that Geordo just kissed her that's still assault. You need consent, even if it's physical consent in the sense that, you know, the 90-10 rule where you lean in 90 and you wait for them to come the other 10. There still should be some buy-in, and he didn't do that, and he just kissed her, so I don't like it. And then throughout all of his the way he expresses romantic feelings towards Catarina, he has been possessive, he has been jealous, he has been aggressive. They even used the word aggressive, or at least that's how it was translated in the subtitles. And I don't like that. It doesn't respect her boundaries, it doesn't respect what she wants. It just says, like, if I push you and push you, then maybe you'll give in and give me what I want. And I really don't like that. So there are moments when Geordo does show like honest caring for her and thinks about what she wants, and like there was that whole thing where he got her the shears and like everyone else had gotten her the shears, but it does show that like Geordo knows her and does care for her and is able to do things that Catarina would want, but he just gets completely blind whenever he starts to think about what he wants and how he feels. And so I just do not like his relationship and the way that he expresses his romantic feelings towards Catarina and the way he is going about pursuing her. Do not like. But I do like that his feelings were made explicit and that Catarina got a chance to react to them, and that the show is handling it and not just like getting stuck. I think because this is like kind of, I was saying in an earlier reaction, because this is kind of like a sitcom-y type show, I think it would be really easy to just reset everything to the status quo every time. And so I'm fine, like the progression in the show, the plot progression, the progression through character arcs and through character dynamic arcs. I kind of think of like character dynamics having their own arcs separate from the characters involved. It's definitely not super quick. I mean, like if you compare it to the Owl House, which I was watching at the same time as this, right, has like both air on Saturdays or come out on Saturdays. The Owl House goes at a breakneck pace, like an unbelievable pace. And like this goes at a slower pace than average, I would say. Like it takes a long time for things to progress and for the status quo to change. But I like that the status quo is changing. We got to see that Geordo expressed his feelings. Catarina is now getting a chance to react to them. It's taken her a couple of episodes, but the show seems to have decided, or at least is now making clear how she feels about Geordo, which is that she isn't interested in him. She felt uncomfortable and kind of stayed in that position of ambiguity, and he was able to read into that, being like, oh, she has feelings for me, I make her feel flustered. And then in this episode, the minute that she has someone that she has something else that she has to care about, like that flustered feeling just kind of went away, and he noticed, and he's like, oh, I can't fluster her anymore. And the other harem mates noticed, and they're like, aha, okay, so, you know, you tried it, good job, Geordo. Not good job, but like you tried it and it didn't work. And so I appreciate that, like, even if there is any sort of development with the relationship in the future, that for now, for this period of the show, it's being put to bed. And it's just being like, yep, he expressed his feelings, she did not respond, she did not reciprocate them, and now we're gonna move on, we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna establish a new status quo, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate, like I said, that Keith is starting to deal with his feelings. And I wish we had gotten to see more of it, but no, Keith got kidnapped by his family members, I guess his birth family members, who are feeling hella jealous that he is such a high-ranked noble. Now granted, ranking human beings, not great, so not great. So I can't be like, well, he deserves what he got. No, he doesn't. No one deserves to be a noble, a high rank one, a low rank one, or whatever. But Keith, as a human being, clearly deserves everything good in the world. And his family treated him like crap when he was with them. And he has now since found a family and a group of friends that care for him, that are supportive of him. And all these people from his past are just jealous, and they see his success, and they see how much he is cared for, and how much respect he has from the people in his life who genuinely value him, and they're like, he doesn't deserve that because he's supposed to be less than us. He was our punching bag. He was the one that we looked down on. And so we can't stand this idea that other people value him, and we have to bring him back down, and we have to put him in his place and show him where he belongs. I think that's why I disliked it. Not just that it was, not like, when I say dislike, I mean I had a reaction to the show. Again, like I was angry with the show, I was disliking this with the show. I like craft-wise what the show has done, and then my reaction, my genuine reaction to it was to just be so angry and to dislike it so much, because not only were they hurting someone who was kind and caring and who I cared about as a character, but they were doing it in a way to make him feel less than, to saying that you don't deserve to feel valued, you don't deserve to feel like people care about you and that people respect you. You are worth less than that, and we're going to make sure that we put you in your place. And I hate that form of violence, and it's ishy. It's ishy. So yeah, and we now meet the ghoul woman, and he was like, sister, and I was like, is she your sister, or is like you're calling for Catarina? And as I was worried about, we're on a cliffhanger. It did warn me, at least. It said part 1. That was indeed a part 1. So yeah. Gonna have to see what happens next week. Woo. Woo. Also, that bear. We gotta talk about the bear. I love that bear. It's great. It's clearly like creepy. Not creepy. Creepy is not quite the right word. It's clearly a punk. I like that it's a punk. I like that Catarina knows it's a punk. And they're just like, oh, this bear. Like, that's how you respond to a little punk. And I thought that was a really amusing character decision to make with that bear, to characterize it that way. Yeah. And then other big things, I guess, that happened in this episode were that we got Susannah's backstory, and I like Susannah. I just continue to like her. I understand why Frey looks up to her. She's dope. She found something that she truly loved. She studied it. It's her passion. She continues to explore it, and she has found a way to continue to explore it even though she is engaged to a prince. Like, that's great. I wish all the best for her. You know, I'm not really trying to add people to Catarina's harem at this point. I know last week we got Ginger, and we'll see how strongly that connection develops. And Susannah has been like, yeah, you're cute though. And like, I like that she kind of has that feeling with Catarina of just looking at her like, man, you're cute. I get it. Like, I get why all those kids like you. Like, but it's not. She doesn't come on super strong. I don't get the sense that like they're trying to develop a strong romantic connection. I just like that she thinks Catarina's cute. And I like that that's her vibe about it. She's super chill, and then she just goes on, and that's not her primary role in the story, and we get to see these other sides of her, and we get to see her do these other things. So I am really loving Susannah. I would say like she's the character of the season, and no, I shouldn't say that. Character of the season should include like all the characters. She's the highlight new character of the season. That's what I meant. That like there haven't been a lot of new characters introduced, but the ones that have, she's definitely the best. And I look forward to seeing more of her. And I don't even know how many episodes we have left. Like, how long is the season gonna be? I forget how long the last season was. I think it was like 12 or 13 episodes, so maybe this one will be 12 or 13 episodes as well. We're on episode 9. So we still got a good bit, which is nice. I love seeing this. I don't want it to go away for a year. I mean, I do, because I want animators to have time to create wonderful things and also live life and not be under constant crunch time. And so I appreciate that artists do need time to go away and do work and have something cool to present. And I don't need to be constantly fed with more content. But I will definitely miss this show when it goes on hiatus for season 3. So yeah. It's not over yet though. So I'll see you all next week, and thanks for stopping by. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this reaction and breakdown, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Please give the video a like, comment, share with your friends, help my channel grow. I would love to do more of these and just share my thoughts on more stories with you. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.